Cute. I like it. Cool. Well, shit. That looks like it. That looks like it. I like that they added like humor into it too. I'd watch it. I will see it. I haven't watched a movie in so long. I think that was good. Thanks, guys. Look at that. We're completed. Thanks. We just did a bounty together, y'all. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do about that. Oh wait, now I have to. Oh, in theaters, February 22nd. Oh, I just realized. I just realized it changed my title for me. Okay, there we go. I switched it back. I have one more bounty. Yeah, that was a good bounty. Stream, yeah, the Dollar Shave Club clip, but like, there's two parts to it. I have to like unbox something, and then like I guess test it out. You're the only one hearing a lot of mouse clicks? Sorry. Watch this video. This is where she injures her neck for the last time. Shouldn't be TOS. Oh, I see. You can move without senses in the legs, but you lose the feedback. Oh shit.
Boom shakalaka!
Marry me. Less than 3.
Krubbo, thank you so much. Aw, Krubbo, thank you so much for the 20 bones. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Watching pro wrestling events.
It's you know, like, what do you do in a situation like that? Like, I wonder if there's a contract. There has to be like a contract that you sign with WWE and stuff, where like people are not liable for that. You know what I mean? Like, that girl pretty much ruined her career by kicking her. You know what I mean? And because like, you know, she didn't know it was gonna happen, so at least she could have braced for Impact. But because she didn't see it happen, you know what I mean? Like, that was someone else's fault. So like, what do who's to, you know, what do you do in that situation? Like, does WWE pay you an insane amount of money? Like, I guess you have to retire, but like, what if you're not around? I don't, you know what I mean? How does that work? They pay for your injuries for 3 years and that's it? Oh.
Events Live comes with the extra excitement that truly
Yeah, because you
anything can
can't.
happen.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they have to
crazy
know that,
mistakes and hilarious moments,
you know,
all
people
combined to
even
create
people
some
have
of the
died.
craziest
You know.
WWE bloopers. Thanks to various outlets like the WWE Network, these bloopers will live on forever and act as embarrassing moments for stars like Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and The Undertaker. Before you
I love
watch,
The Undertaker.
click subscribe. You'll join our
AJ.
notification squad
I have her
and be
book.
the first to know of
Did you guys ever? Did you guys know that AJ Lee made a book?
Content.
I haven't. I forgot
Randy
to.
Orton
I forgot to
falls
read
through
it.
announcer's table.
I just never
Many
got to
people
it.
are used to Randy Orton delivering
Oh
an
my
RKO out
God.
of nowhere.
You're
But
beautiful.
in this instance, he had a major fall come out of nowhere. During a SmackDown Live street fight against Kane, Orton and the Big Red Machine took their battle to the outside of the ring. As they brawled, Kane decided to tear off the top of the announcers' tables and send the monitors flying. Orton quickly turned the tables by standing atop the table and blasted Kane with multiple punches. Kane went reeling and Orton took his next step, then things go wrong. Orton actually stepped onto the table openings for the video monitor. As Orton sunk down into the hole, he fell forward and pulled the table down with him. Always the quick thinker.
You are the littlest puppy I have ever seen in my entire life of existing. Excuse me, little pup. Oh, what the heck? No, there's... Okay, never mind.
Orton pretended to have a crazy knee injury until he got up, laughed it off, and proclaimed he was perfectly fine. It's fun to laugh at now, but this could have been a complete disaster for the superstar with a potentially torn ACL or broken bones. His recovery was quick enough to get back in the match and seal his victory against Kane. The Shield falls flat. The Shield tried to be a unique faction in the WWE. They wore bulletproof vests, invaded matches, and always entered through the roaring WWE crowds. When you change up the traditional WWE entrance, you're also adding a little risk along the way. There's crowd interference, unfamiliar arenas, and the large barrier the members of the Shield had to jump over every time they entered for a match. During an episode of WWE Raw, the Shield made their way out to confront Daniel Bryan. As Bryan waited in the ring with a steel chair, the Shield reached the barrier where they needed to hop over. Dean Ambrose made it over with ease and had the United States Championship around his waist. Seth Rollins followed, but it wasn't as easy for him. His shoe got caught on one of the barrier mats. Rollins instantly slipped, fell, and hit his head on the ground as the mat fell as well. Rollins tried to stand up and quickly recover, but he had to throw a short-term tantrum first. Thankfully for Rollins, the production crew had cut to a wide shot just before it happened, or else the big blooper would have been front and center. Breaking the lucha tradition. Lucha wrestlers are known for wearing masks, and it's a huge tradition for them to never reveal their face. You would think Alberto Del Rio would know this. He didn't wear a mask in the WWE, but the superstar had a long family history of lucha wrestling, and many of them wore masks for their whole careers. This is why it was pretty shocking to see Del Rio unmask a fellow luchador on an episode of WWE Raw. During the match, Del Rio was taking on Kalisto. Both men ended up near the top turnbuckle where Del Rio took advantage. After pounding on Kalisto's skull, Del Rio yanked up his chin and accidentally took the mask with it. Kalisto's face was revealed to the WWE Universe in all its glory. The HD camera showed a clear view of his face for multiple seconds until Del Rio realized the mistake he made. He then attempted to put the mask on his foe in an awkward move which took several seconds. He actually had to break character to help with the mask, taking away from the competition in the match. Kalisto eventually got his mask back on, but it was too late as the live gap couldn't be reversed. The Undertaker stalls for time. The Undertaker has gone through many transitions as the Dead Man, and one of the more controversial was his time as the American Badass. During this period, The Undertaker ditched the funeral parlor clothes for biker clothes and lived the part of a true biker. Typically known for his long entrances, The Undertaker sped his up a little during this time by riding a motorcycle
to the
ring for a majority
I remember
of his
this.
matches. Unfortunately for Taker, his bike didn't always act the way he wanted it to. The worst case of this happening was at the 2003 Vengeance pay-per-view. During the event, The Undertaker took on a young John Cena. As John Cena waited for his veteran opponent, The
Where'd he
Undertaker
go?
came roaring out on his bike and stopped in the middle of the stage. This is when the bike decided to stall. The Undertaker tried to play it cool as he tried to restart the bike. He even said a little prayer as Cena huffed and puffed inside of the ring. After a minute or so, The Undertaker gave up on the bike and had to walk his way down to the ring. At least he ended up winning the match. Psycho Sid's shaving cream. WWE has had a long list of talk shows featuring WWE superstars, but one of the most bizarre may have been Brutus the Barber Beefcake's barbershop. It seemed like any superstar that stepped onto the set of the show ended up wreaking havoc and causing destruction. One of the most infamous examples of this came when Shawn Michaels threw Marty Jannetty through the huge barbershop glass window. While that scene was iconic, Psycho Sid once visited the talk show set and created a little unintentional carnage of his own. It's not the first time Sid would look like a fool. In the memorable clip, Sid decides to take a chair and start destroying everything in the barbershop. As Brutus runs away from the madness, Sid continues to destroy items. During one part, he unleashes the chair on a shelf of products including shaving cream. The can of cream explodes open and sprays all over Sid's face. Not missing a beat, Sid turns to the camera to showcase the craziness of what had just happened completely by accident. It was a great way to end the scene and add a little unpredictability to the moment. Watching the scene in slow motion can really showcase how fast and furious the shaving cream went exploding out of the can.
I did punch him in the face.
Plenty more bloopers where that
It
came
went
from.
boop.
But first, a trivia question. Stay tuned until the end for an answer. Sid's shaving cream incident wasn't the only time he messed up in pro wrestling. Can you name the WCW superstar that debuted and notoriously tripped when he was supposed to confront Sid and become his new rival? Zack Ryder's Naked Match.
No.
Zack Ryder rose through the single ranks in the WWE
Oh, he's kinda
on their
cute.
former weekly show ECW. During this time, Ryder feuded with many superstars, including the Hurricane and Christian. He also
I
had
met
to
the
showcase his
Hurricane.
skills against the
I
number
met
of
him
jobbers.
once.
In a match originally seen by very few and then became internet lore, one of the